How much money did you earn last month? Easy to answer, right? Well, how about how much money did you spend last month and on what exactly? Happy New Year, guys! This is Osler from Down Under, and firstly I would like to thank those people that supported me and subscribed in the first half of the year that I've started this. I think I started this last July. Secondly, I'd like to thank those people who have been waiting for a Thursday video, even though I've been quite busy for the last few weeks. Anyway, we'll start it off with a 4-part series this January to fix up your budget, to get you financially aware for this coming year. Now, going back to my previous question, I actually want you to pause for a second and think about how much money you spent and how much money left your account in the last 30 days. You may remember that $1,000 workout machine that you're never gonna use, or that $500 dinner on Christmas Eve, but how much are those little spending that you forgot and you don't really think about? Like, what about the small stuff? What about that $50 that you spend on 10 different coffee runs? Or $100 that you spend on 2 separate occasions on alcohol? Do you ever think about that? Maybe you should start. If this is something that you've never paid attention to and you have too much month at the end of your paycheck, maybe tracking your spending is one solution. This is important as I consider this the first step in actually being financially aware. Some might say budgeting could be important, but how would you know what to budget if you don't know how much money is going in and out? Some people would say saving is important, but again, how would you know how much you can maximize with your savings if you don't know how much you're spending and how much your income is every month? And spending habits are also good to tackle, but again, if we don't know what we spend on, how do we know what we can take away from our spending habits? So we could talk about budgeting, saving, and spending habits in the next few weeks, but at the end of the day, if we don't talk about the ins and outs of your finances, we won't be able to fully appreciate the power that you can do with your money. So let's dive right into it. Number one reason why you should track your spending is it will create financial awareness. This will open your mind to a whole lot of other spending that you've never even paid attention to and actually make you more intentional with what you put your money into. For those of you who are thinking, what the hell does financial awareness mean? Here's an easy way to look at it. Look around your house, right? Look around. Do you have an overflowing closet filled with unused clothes? Or do you have electronics sitting anywhere, everywhere around your house gathering dust? How about your subscriptions that you don't get to use? Your Netflix, your delivery subscriptions, whatever they are. If you're not getting value out of them, you're just wasting money on them. This is the result of your spending decision. Not your mom, not your dog, you. So if you take a few minutes out of every day to track your spending, you'll see trends, find unnecessary spending, and identify expenses that don't fit with your lifestyle and values. So tracking your spending will give you financial awareness to cut them off and will save you a lot of money in the long run. Number 2, when you track your money, you gain the power to prioritize your expenses. This means that you can distinguish between a want and a need. Let me explain the difference between a want and a need for all the princes and princesses out there. A need is something that you need for survival. Something that will help you survive for another day. A want is something that you tell yourself you need because it looks pretty. Alright, I know that's not all it could be, but you know what I mean, right? Number 3. A study by the American Psychological Association showed that most people are stressed or have been stressed about money in the last 30 days. As human beings, we're wired to be stressed and anxious about the unknown. Think of good horror movies, for example. Great horror movies are those with the element of the unknown and has them portrayed as heavily scary and heavily stressful, which gives you the feeling that your is clenched so far up in there that you see it when you scream.
You know I'm trying to say ash hole and not ash hole, right?
I got that, yes.
Number 4. As I have said in previous videos that I did about credit score, how would you know where to go if you don't know where to start? Knowing where your money goes makes it so much easier to set accurate financial goals. It's January right now, and you want to go travel Europe by November or December this year. And you'd need about, let's say, $5,000. If you start tracking your expenses now, you will see how far or how near you are in reaching your goal. And as the months go on, you can adjust, adapt, and ensure that you can reach it. Now there's two options on what you can do to start. There's the old way and there's the new way. You can go old school and write it down. Bring a small notebook in your day-to-day life and write down every little dollar that goes out of your bank account. Be it a card transaction, a cash purchase, or a bank transfer, whatever. As long as a dollar goes out of your bank account, write it down. Good? Good. Or you can go with a new thing, which is using an app or a financial software to track your expenses. These programs vary from being simple to exquisite, from being free to paid, from just showing you what you spent on to giving you pie charts and bar graphs of trends of whatever you spent on. It's your choice. But do keep this in mind. You're still gonna have to input the data into the system. You're still gonna track your spending and put it into the app. It's not a set and forget kind of deal. Remember that, it's a habit. Get used to it. That's one thing that you're gonna have to realize with tracking your spending. This is not a one and done kind of thing. This will have to be inhabited into your life. Habit. One tip I could tell you, since I've been doing this for a while now, is that when you do a card transaction or you purchase anything, any dollar amount leaves your account, record it immediately. Whether you write it on a notebook or you put it on an app, do it straight away. Never think that, oh, I'll just do it at home because it's much easier if I tally it all later. Because let me tell you something, you will forget. You will forget the small dollar amounts that you spent on. This has happened to me more than once, more than twice. Just record it immediately. Keep the habit, don't break it. This habit takes time. And once you get used to it, you'll find out that financial security might not be so far away. There you have it, guys. That's our first episode for January. I hope you've learned something, and if you did, press that like button. That will help me with the YouTube algorithm gods and everything. Press the subscribe button and tap the bell notification icon to see a video every Thursday. This is Osler from Down Under, and I'll see you in the next video.